What's up, you guys? It's your girl Mahogany, and I'm back with another YouTube video. And in today's video, I'm basically going to be going over buying a truck from a private owner versus buying a truck from dealerships. I'm going to be going over the positives and the negatives of both sides, and I'm also going to tell you from my own, this is from my own experience, and which route I took, because which route worked for me best at the time. So I'm gonna start with buying a truck from private owners. So I'm gonna say the negatives with getting trucks from private owners is it's gonna be higher mileage, a higher risk. You're taking a higher risk of purchasing a truck from them. You most likely gonna get an older truck, because most of the time private owners sell older trucks, and then there will be unexpected deficiencies. That's what makes it a higher risk. So when I say those negatives, because the route that I took is I ended up purchasing it from a private owner. I did, however, try to go the dealership route in the beginning. But either way, both trucks would have been used trucks, but one would have been, would have had a lot less, baggage on it, or a lot less work, or a lot less, miles on it, stuff like that. But, so the reason why when I say like unexpected, deficiencies, was because when I did purchase my truck from a private owner, granted, it was a nice truck. The tires were great, good to go. The engine was reframed, all of that good stuff. But the truck did end up having a regen problem. So when a load was hooked to my truck would not regen how it was supposed to. So I had to get it like force regened a couple times, and I even had to get roadside assistance for that, which cost me money, and it put a dent into the income or the profit that I would have made off the gross income. So those are the negatives to getting a truck from a private owner, because you just never know. You know what I mean? That's why it's always good to take somebody with you that's probably an expert that can look at the truck thoroughly for you. But even then, sometimes there's some stuff that you won't catch. Or if you know about trucks on your own, and you already drive trucks and you're very familiar with it, you can just do it that way yourself. Now, the positives or the upsides to having or buying a truck from a private owner it gives you more freedom, because you do have the title in hand, and then you do have a chance of making a higher profit, because you don't have to worry about weekly payments. And then it gives you more options too, from who you can lease on to, or who you can drive to, or if you don't want to lease on, or you just want to go under your own authority, and you hire your own dispatchers, you hire your own drivers, pay your own drivers, you do your own thing all together on yourself. Also too, another positive is the cost is normally lower, because of COVID, and then after COVID, people have been trying to find ways to basically make income in a solid way, no matter what's going on in the world. So the cost of trucks definitely skyrocketed simply because of that. You know what I mean? So that's basically, the positives and the negatives of purchasing from a private owner, which is the route that I took. So we're going to hop over to the dealerships. Now, when it comes to the negative of purchasing from a dealership is, so before you can even, drive that truck off the lot, you're going to already have to have insurance on the truck, which some people can't get insurance like that same day they purchased the truck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have insurance on the truck before you pull it off the lot. And you already have to have proof of a contract, or proof that it's under some type of authority, basically proving that it's going to be making some kind of money if you're financing this truck, which most people are financing the trucks when they get them from the dealerships because of the higher costs. So for me, this is the route that I did try at first. I went to a dealership that was not too far from me, here and closer to Fayetteville, but I went over to Charlotte, because Charlotte had a truck dealership over there that had some very nice trucks that I was looking at, and it was a truck that I wanted that was $35,000. I had half the down payment, but I would have had to finance the other half, and they take weekly payments, and it's all based off your credit history, what you've paid off before. If you paid off anything before that was that amount of cost, you know what I mean? So if you don't really have a strong credit history, which I didn't, I did have a good credit score, but it's about your credit history. But because I didn't have so much credit history, being that I was only 21 anyway, I would have had to have a co-signee just to even get, you know what I'm saying, basically solidify the fact that, okay, if I can't make the payments, somebody else will, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Even though I would have made the weekly payments. So, there was that. Also, too, a negative is if you miss a payment, they can end up taking your truck back, like, completely. So, like, whatever you put into the truck, you lost that, and you lost the truck. And, you know what I mean? Of course, you do not own it. And, you know what I'm saying? You're looking at, a higher cost for a truck, because it was $35,000 at the time when I was looking at it. But around this time, it's probably skyrocketed to, like, that truck will probably go for 45, you know what I mean, or 60, like 50, because like I said, the truck prices just started rising, because as more people kept buying, and people were buying trucks like this, like it was literally there, and maybe a week later the lot was empty already again. So it was really going like that. But there is a great upside to purchasing trucks from dealerships. The number one thing, of course, is low mileage. You know what I mean? The truck that I was looking at, I believe it was a 2018, and it only had about 300,000 miles on it. Also, the engine was reframed. Well, not reframed. It didn't need to be reframed yet. My apologies. But the engine was still, in a decent shape. It was a very strong engine in there because it was a Freightliner. That's the truck that I was looking at. Also, it came with a warranty, and warranty is basically, you know what I mean, if it came to a warranty up until 500,000 miles, I believe. So they do put a mileage limit on a warranty of, how long you got before, if anything, really goes wrong with this truck, that you can bring it back to them and they'll fix it, or, they'll take it from there, etc., or what happens with the truck. Another thing too about purchasing from dealerships is you most likely will get a newer truck. The truck that I ended up purchasing from a private owner was a 2012, so it was an older truck. And then one thing too about signing on or leasing on to other companies, if that's the route that you take, they do prefer that you have a truck that's about 10 years, no later than 10 years old, 10 to 11 years old. Like, they don't want any trucks that's too old. Then the maintenance of the truck, that it's been kept up, is definitely guaranteed with dealerships, because they have to, when they get these trucks, because basically most of the time the dealerships that sell these used trucks, they get these trucks from Penske or higher companies that basically get rid of trucks when they reach a certain mileage, which is normally around 300,000 miles, because usually a engine has to be reframed at about 1 million miles or a little bit under that, depending on what kind of truck it is. So they'll get it from them, and then they'll fix the truck up, fix anything that needs to be fixed on it, detail it, all that good stuff, wash it, make sure it's in a better condition. They maintain the truck, basically. It's not just a sitting truck. That is basically the positives that I have on here for purchasing a truck from a dealership. And then I want to also share with you guys the places that I looked at online that you can use to actually look for trucks, if you're just looking online before you actually go out and physically go and look at a truck to purchase. So believe it or not, Facebook Market is actually how I ended up finding the very first truck that I purchased. So Facebook Market, I used that because I was looking for some trucks that was closer to me, whether it was from a private owner, dealership, whichever one. Because I also looked at a dealership that was near me too. So, but Facebook Market is how I actually found a private owner. I just kept searching. One day I would literally get on there and search every day. So I got on there and I searched, and literally he had posted this truck maybe like 30 minutes ago. It wasn't even up there that long. So, and I saw it, clicked on it, and hopped on a truck. It's a $24,000. He was selling it for $24,000. Then also truckpaper.com. So even with Facebook Market too, another good thing too is a lot of dealerships actually pop up on Facebook Market. So it's not just private owners, but this is where you will find, you know, most of the private owners. If you're just trying to, you know, get a truck outright and you don't really necessarily have your plan all together, but you still want to get a truck because they're selling so quickly, but you want to have one. But when your plan is together and you have your insurance together, and you have the company you listen on to, or you have your own authority, etc., etc., etc. Truckpaper.com though, with that website, it's a great website too, because you can actually filter out which trucks that you want to get. If you're looking for, you know, whatever model you're looking for, International, ProStar, Freightliner, Mack trucks, you know, Peterbilts, whatever kind of truck, Volvo, whatever kind of truck that you're looking for, you can filter that out. You can filter out how far you want it, the mileage you want it to be, what city, you know what I mean, all that good stuff, the prices. You can do that with Facebook Market too. But with truckpaper.com, it'll show you all the trucks, like everywhere. So wherever you are, truckpaper.com is actually a decent website for you to look at too. Craigslist is also a good website. I did look at some trucks on there, and it was actually this one lady on Craigslist that was actually selling her husband's truck, or her ex-husband. She was going through a divorce at the time, and I mean, she ended up with his truck somehow. But she was selling the truck. It was a nice truck too, for only like $20,000. She was just letting it go. Like, it was a very nice truck. So she was just trying to get rid of it. But you know, and then of course another good option is dealerships near you. That is obviously, that would be another go-to option. So you just go physically get up and go look at that truck. But that pretty much you know, wraps up my video for what I was explaining today. I'm just giving you the perks as far as to which route you want to take, whether you want to purchase from a private owner or you want to purchase from dealerships. You just need to be careful. Even when you go to the dealership, still bring somebody with you that is more familiar with trucks, or you know, they're more familiar with how the truck is supposed to run and all that good stuff. Even if, you know what I'm saying, and then if you just, you know, trucks on your own, then you already know what you're looking for, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, short video again as well. I will be posting another video. I'm not sure exactly what topic that one is going to be about, but it probably is gonna, you know, pertain something along the lines of, you know, trucking, of course. But until next time, I definitely appreciate you guys for watching, and don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly subscribe, share, but like my videos, because that helps my videos populate more so other people can, you know, see my videos. Like I said, disclaimers, I'm not an expert, I'm just sharing my experience with, you know, with getting started with trucking, or you know, the trucking business itself, because I'm not driving the truck. I do have a driver. I chose, that's the owner operator route, but you know, it could either mean you own a truck and you drive it, or you just own a truck and you have drivers. So that's the position that I'm in, because I'm still active duty military, so I can't, you know, drive the truck myself anyway. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you, and please enjoy your day. And yeah, until next time.